Hello there, Nomads. Thank you for uh, watching yet another one of our videos. Today, I wanted to focus a little bit on Airbnb, the taboo website that, for those that don't travel, still think like, hey, why in the world would I stay in somebody else's house? It's not my house. It's not a hotel. Like, what does that mean? Like, why would I even think about doing that? So I gotta tell you that Airbnb has really made traveling easy for me. It has allowed me to explore areas that perhaps I wouldn't have explored otherwise. It's also a place where you can get some prizes that are just unthinkable for the type of experiences you get. Now, I do have to say, these is not sponsored by Airbnb. It's just I've really had some great experiences and I thought I'd share them with you. So to get going, log into Airbnb.com, check these out. But if you want to be able to travel on a limb and really get a good experience and see different things, try these out. So for me, traveling to areas that I have to challenge myself a little bit to think why would I even kind of go there. It's really allowed me to explore things that I didn't think about before. One of those is if you see up here, just like in any other booking site, you're gonna have your search area. They all look the same and pretty much work the same. They all have their little quirks here and there. That's a good thing. You're gonna see it says stays, experiences, or online experiences. Experiences is something that came to Airbnb through COVID, so they just trying to diversify their revenue and such. But when it comes to stays, that's where their bread and butter is at. If you go here where it says where, a place, for example, that I don't know where else I would have stayed if it wasn't because of Airbnb, was Atitlan Lake in Guatemala. Somebody mentioned to me about the beauty of this place. I couldn't believe it. It's this awesome lake surrounded by volcanoes. You actually get to experience some time with indigenous tribes of the area. People from Guatemala are so nice. In the area, let me show you what you can find there. So ticket from Chicago to Guatemala can go anywhere from two to five, $600 round trip. So in a previous video, I showed you how you can learn more where to find what time of the year to find cheap tickets. In this case, I'm gonna search for Lake Atitlan, and let's say that we're gonna go there this summer. Let's say we're gonna go June 22nd to 29th, and it's let's say there's four of us going, and we're gonna bring our dog with us. So search. When you come in here, you're gonna see it shows you the map of the area. We stayed around Santa Catarina de Palapo. Uh, just an amazing area. You really can't go wrong. You do go better off if you rent a car, but let me show you what you can find for cheap. So now, of course, cheap is relative. Everybody has a different price range. But as we scroll down here, look at these beautiful cottage. These beautiful cottage is $181 a night. It, and something that's super important as you look into Airbnb is to overcome that problem of it not being a hotel, of it being somebody else's property. I always encourage you to go heavy on the reviews front. So look for those things that have extremely good reviews, go through the reviews. But in this case, look at these 4.95 stars out of 5. There's 189 people that have reviewed this place. It shows you, okay, that's good. But you don't just have to wait for that. You can actually filter these places by the reviews they have. Up here on the right side, you're going to find the filters. You can also have the total be displayed before taxes or after taxes. I want to choose the filters and let's look for things that we can find for less than $100 a night. And let's say we want things that are guest favorites. That's going to allow us to find the things with the best reviews that are under $100. When you click there, you're going to see, hey, there's properties that you could find right on the lake, for example, right here 4.97 stars. It's been rated 71 times. Let's see what else is out there. You have an apartment in Panajachel. Panajachel is beautiful. $32 a night. So, in this case, let's go and review what we could get for $32 a night when we explore Airbnb. Translates for you, and let's see. So, look at these. Very nice garden area. It's got a little balcony for you. Yeah, it's not a five-star hotel, perhaps, right? But you're gonna be able to embrace the culture, spend some time in there, and for $32 a night, it really makes sense to be able to explore some of these things. And hey, guess what? If you don't like it, you can move on, right? It's not uh, gonna be that much of a deal breaker. Look at these views that you get right there from the Airbnb, right? Now, as I said, this is not sponsored. It's just when I travel and I try to immerse myself in the local cultures to really learn as much as I can, I always get the feeling that when I stay in Airbnbs, I get to interact with local people a lot more than when I stay in hotels. Maybe I'm wrong, who knows, right? But as you see these things, let's say that we like this place and we want to give it a chance. So, as I said, always look at the reviews. This place has 4.87 stars out of 5, 23 reviews. Let's look at them real quick. You can go and look what people think. So, hey, another thing I encourage in the reviews is look for people that are not from that area. So, in this case, I would look for people that are not from Guatemala. That's just going to add an added level of scrutiny because if you filter out the people from Guatemala, that means that if they get a friend to stay there or somebody they know to stay there, you're going to be able to filter them out. In this case, and from Bishop Hall, United Kingdom, hey, we enjoyed our stay at Chalet, blah, blah, blah. You're going to be able to get a feeling for how they interact. And also look for the ones that aren't good, right? Somebody had a bad experience, go and look if that experience is particular to a trip or if the experience is something that repeats itself. So, hey, this one, for example, as we saw, it's 4.87 stars, meaning there's something that lowered its review. And in this case, we could see that this person gave it a 4-star review, but really had nothing bad to say about it, right? So that gives you an idea of like, yeah, okay, there's people that, yeah, they have their opinion. It's not a 5-star place for them, but they also aren't saying anything bad about it. Here you have another 4-star one. So when you find these places where you're able to find reviews that support and back up the experience, and then you're able to go and say, okay, hey, $32 a night, experience for 4 people, that's very, very cheap. Go in here and reserve the place. One of the things you're going to find is if you're going to be doing a long vacation, depending on whether you're going to stay for a week or for a month, you do get discounts on the platform. So always make sure that you kind of figure that out because sometimes, for example, here, if you stay for 7 nights, you get $40 off, meaning one night free. But if you stay for 6 nights, you wouldn't get that. Let's see if that's the case here. So let's say we did, oh, see, just got booked. Let's try a different date. Okay, no, here you go. So let's say, all right, so see that? The price for 6 nights is $260, but the price, let me try this again. The price for 7 nights is $258. See that? So sometimes just make sure you check because if you stay one extra night, it's actually the same price and you're able to take advantage of those discounts that Airbnb gives you. Once you're ready and kind of explored those different things, feel free to click here on reserve and you're going to be able to reserve. Now, I do have to caveat by saying Airbnb isn't great with refunds, so know that from the get go. you will likely not be able to get a full refund if you end up canceling your trip. The other thing to keep in mind too is just remember you're not paying for a five-star hotel. Likelihood that you're gonna stay in the hotel much, it's little. You're gonna be traveling and spending time out there. This is just a great way to get an easy night of sleep and some very nice experiences across local destinations. In this case, you could be right by the lake, enjoy the water, enjoy the volcanoes, and not have to move around too much. Versus if you start looking for hotels and things of that nature, where you'll have to pay way more and you'll also have to figure some other things out, like transportation to the local villages and so on. Now, I do stay in hotels every now and then, but Airbnbs is my main thing. Once you're ready, click continue. Super easy. You can use a credit card. Just make sure you verify your ID and such. So, with that being said, if you have any questions about using Airbnb or if you have any experiences that you want to share, go ahead and add them in the comments. As you know, the like button, it's good for us. The subscription button is good for us too. But one of the things that I want you to remember when it comes to Airbnb to finish your video is it is extremely important that you are a good host. It's also extremely important that you are an extremely good tenant. So when you go in there, make sure you leave the place like you found it, because Airbnb can be quite a stickler to charge you for things that got broken or damaged or happened. So as you work on those things, just keep that in mind. Go in there knowing it's not a five-star hotel and that you're gonna leave the place like you found it. Thank you so much, and see you in a different video.